Chapter 1. Introduction to Accounting. Dear students, welcome to the final part of this video. In the next few minutes, I am going to explain this topic in the simplest way possible. Even if you're hearing it for the first time, you'll understand it clearly. Come, let's learn together. An entity is anything that exists as a separate, identifiable thing, like a person, place, or concept, and a business entity is a specific, separate business operation, like Hire Jewellers, or ITC, Limited, whose finances are kept distinct from its owners for accounting and legal clarity. A transaction is any business activity that involves an exchange of money or value. And do you know what is this exchange? It is a deal between two or more parties, like a buyer and a seller. One gives something, like a product, and the other gives something back, usually money. Examples: buying a laptop from a store, getting paid your monthly salary, paying back a loan to the bank, paying your electricity bill or rent. There are two ways to pay. First one, cash transaction. Here money is paid or received immediately at the time of the event. Second, credit transaction. Here, the exchange happens now, but the money will be paid or received at a future date. Assets are valuable items a business owns, like trucks or cash, that provide future financial benefits, are recorded in money, and listed on the asset side of the balance sheet to show what the company owns and uses for operations. Here with the trucks, company deliver food, thereby generating revenue. And, do you know what is an economic resource? Anything the business controls that has value, like trucks, buildings, money, patents, are economic resources to the business. These are expressed in monetary terms. Yes, we put a rupee value on it so we can track it. Example, trucks worth 50,000 rupees. These should be used in operations. Yes, it's not just owned, it's used to run the business and make profits, like those trucks delivering food. The assets are listed on the left side of the balance sheet showing what the business owns, while liabilities are on the other side, showing what it owes. Liabilities are simply what a business owes, debts or obligations to others, that is to creditors, that must be paid later with money, goods, or services, like a bill from a supplier or a bank loan, showing up on the balance sheet to reflect what's owed against the company's assets. Here in this example, buying goods on credit means owing money to fast food products. By the end of the month, that is, March 31st, this debt becomes a liability called accounts payable, or creditors, on the liabilities side of the balance sheet, meaning they have a claim on Super Bazaar's assets until paid. Simple, we can say, liabilities equals future obligations, that anything a business has to pay in the future. Capital is the owner's investment, that is cash or assets in a business, which is treated as the business's debt to the owner because, under the separate entity concept, the business must eventually return it, making it a liability, that is, owner's equity, on the balance sheet, not an asset of the business itself. This is the amount invested by the owner. Yes, the owner puts money or assets, like buildings, equipment, into the business to start or grow it. Capital is an obligation or claim. This is because the business and owner are separate. The business owes this money or asset back to the owner. It's the owner's stake or claim on the business's total assets. On the balance sheet, it's listed under liabilities, specifically owner's equity or shareholders' funds, because it's an internal debt the business owes to the owner, not an asset of the business itself. Expenses are the costs a business pays to generate income, like rent, salaries, or utilities, representing assets used up or services consumed in a period, which are subtracted from revenue to find profit. In simple terms, they are the money spent to run the business and earn money. They are measured by the value of resources used up, like office supplies, or services utilized, like a phone plan. In an accounting period, they were used, not always when paid. Example, prepaid rent or depreciation. And do you know why prepaid rent and depreciation are treated as expenses? When you pay rent in advance for future use, example, a year's rent paid upfront. Initially, this is recorded as a current asset on the balance sheet, as it's a future benefit. And in each month, a portion is moved from the asset account to the rent expense account on the income statement, matching the cost to the period it covers. And depreciation, which is the gradual decrease in value of big assets, like machinery, as they're used. Yes, it is a direct recognition of the asset's used up value, matching its cost to the revenue it helps generate over several periods, rather than expensing the whole cost at once. This is why prepaid rent and depreciation are considered as expenses. And common examples for operating expenditure or expenses are rent for paying for your office space, salaries or wages for paying employees, utilities for cost of electricity and phone. What is a capital expenditure? In simple terms, expenditure is any money spent or debt created to get something valuable. This include goods, services, assets for your business, like buying a machine. If that value helps you for less than a year, it's an expense, example, monthly rent. But if it's a long-term asset, like machinery or furniture, that lasts many years, it's a bigger capital expenditure, which gets treated differently. Examples: buying a new factory, a delivery truck, or major equipment. It is an investment in the business future. In short, expenses or revenue expenditure or operating expenditure refers to the routine, short-term costs of running a business, and spending on assets, like machinery, buildings, that will benefit the business for many years. It is a capital expenditure. Sales are the money a business makes from selling its core products or services, and they can be either cash sales in which cash is paid immediately, or credit sales in which cash is paid later, representing different ways customers settle their purchases. Essentially, sales are the top line of a company's income, showing its primary income source, while cash versus credit defines when that money arrives. In simple terms, this is the total money generated from your primary business activities like selling things or providing services. Revenue is the total amount of money a business actually receives during a specific period. First one, sales revenue. This is the money a business makes from its primary job or from the core products. Example: if a bakery sells a loaf of bread for 5 rupees, that 5 rupees is sales revenue. It is the top line, amount earned before any expenses, like the cost of flour or rent, are taken out. Second, other types of revenue. Sometimes a business makes money from things other than its main product. These include: commission is the money earned for facilitating a sale for someone else. Interest is the money earned by keeping cash in a bank account or lending it. Dividend, which is the money received from owning stocks in other companies. Royalties, these are the payments received when someone else uses your intellectual property, like a book or a song. Rent received, this is the money earned from letting someone else use your property or equipment. And, do you know some people use revenue and income interchangeably? However, in formal accounting, there is a small distinction. Revenue is the total money coming in, that is, total sales. Income or net income, the money left over after you subtract all your expenses and taxes. Profit is the regular, recurring financial surplus a business makes from its normal, core operations. It is the excess of revenues over expenses during a specific accounting period, example, a year. It is the primary indicator of a business's operational success and happens repeatedly through the sale of goods or services. Earning a profit increases the owner's investment, that is, capital, in the business. A gain is also a type of profit or monetary benefit, but it arises from events or transactions that are incidental, which means non-regular and non-recurring, to the main business activities. Gains do not come from the day-to-day operations of selling products or services. Selling a fixed asset, like a piece of old machinery or a building, for more than its book value. Winning a court case settlement. An appreciation in the value of an asset, like land or investments. In simple terms, loss means your expenses are more than your income for a period, like a month or year, reducing what the owner has in the business, that is, owner's equity. It also means losing assets without getting anything back, like cash stolen or goods destroyed by fire, or selling something for less than you paid for it, like a used car. In short, the excess of expenses of a period over its related revenues is termed as loss. It decreases in owner's equity. For example, if you spend 100 rupees expenses but only earn 70 rupees revenue in a month, you have a 30 rupees loss. This 30 rupees is gone from the business's total value, meaning the owner has 30 rupees less. It also refers to money or money's worth lost, or cost incurred, without receiving any benefit in return, example cash or goods lost by theft or a fire accident. Owner's equity reduces as a result of loss on sale of assets also. For example, selling a big machine for less than its recorded value also counts as a loss, which reducing equity. Example: if a company has 10,000 rupees in sales revenue but 12,000 rupees in expenses, it has a 2,000 rupees net loss, reducing the owner's equity by 2,000 rupees. Stock, or inventory, is simply all the unsold items a business has, like products for sale, raw materials, or spare parts. Opening stock is what you start with at the beginning of a period, while closing stock is the leftover, unsold items at the end, crucial for tracking value and sales for that period. In simple terms, stock or inventory is everything a company has on hand, ready to be sold or used. Stock in hand is the total amount of this inventory at any given moment. Opening stock is the stock you had before the new accounting period started, example last year's closing stock. Closing stock is the unsold goods at the end of the period, example this year's closing stock. For a trading concern, like a shop, closing stock is just the unsold goods they bought to resell. For manufacturing company, closing stock is more complex, including raw materials, which is the stuff to make things, like wood for furniture. Semi-finished goods or work in progress are the items partly made. Finished goods are the completed products waiting to be sold. Example, if you start the month with 100 shirts, which is the opening stock, then you sell 80, and you end the month with 20 unsold shirts, then these 20 unsold shirts is the closing stock. Debtors or sundry debtors are people or companies that bought your goods or services but haven't paid yet. They owe you money, so it's an asset. This is something you own or expect to receive. Debtors are recorded on the balance sheet, under assets, as accounts receivable. Example, you own a furniture store. Mr. Sharma buys a sofa for 500 rupees on credit. He's your debtor until he pays. Here, you sell to a customer on credit, then that customer becomes your debtor. Creditors or sundry creditors are people or companies you bought from on credit and haven't paid yet. You owe them money, so it's a liability. That is, a debt you must pay. Creditors are recorded on the balance sheet, under liabilities, as accounts payable. Example, your furniture store buys wood from supplier A for 200 rupees on credit. You owe supplier at 200 rupees, making them your creditor. Here, you buy from a supplier on credit, then that supplier becomes your creditor.